Hey y'all, it's Red Hunteds. Today is going to be the day where I'm going to show y'all us surviving a hurricane. Well, the aftermath. As you guys can see, those are all streets right there and they're flooded the fuck out. Okay, this is Houston, Texas. We got a hurricane probably like a month ago. This happened like late June, maybe June 27th. I posted it late, my bad y'all, but as y'all can see, that's how bad it was. Like literally a lot of roads, even the freeways, were flooded out so bad. People were stuck, people were trapped, people died, and people were sitting on top of their cars waiting on helicopters and firefighters and even military people to come. As you guys can see, this clip right here is military people had to come and get these people because they were flooded out like a motherfucker. There was boarded up windows everywhere. People have busted windows. There's debris everywhere, especially on the road, and all the street lights were out. So street lights were hanging. People don't know how to drive in a four-way. People was getting into all type of wrecks. It was crazy. So at this point, y'all can see right now, I am driving to my job because I had to go to work after the hurricane, like the day of the hurricane, because the hurricane was at night, but later on throughout the day I had to go to work. So my friend was driving me to work, and as you guys can see, the whole entire street was flooded out, and we were not going to risk having his car or even my car flooded out. Like, we was just like, yeah, it's time for me not to go to work. And he didn't go to work either. So it was just crazy how all this shit happened. I actually was at work the night that it happened. It happened on Sunday night when the hurricane started. I work overnight shifts. The hurricane started probably around like 8 p.m. and it didn't stop until the next day, up until around 3 p.m., which is crazy. So we actually went outside. As you guys see, this clip was basically us going outside after the aftermath. Stuff was flown everywhere. Stuff was broken. Stuff was bent. Power lines were hanging. Like, it was just a mess, bro. It was trees fucked up, like bent over. We actually saw a tree on top of somebody's car. I really didn't get the footage. If you guys look closely, you might see it, but I don't think I got the footage. But it's just crazy. Like, the fact that me and him, we worked overnight that same night, and we really thought it wasn't going to be that bad. We thought it wasn't going to flood. And in case you guys don't know, the hurricane was Hurricane Beryl. They said it was going to be a category 2 or 3. That was not no 2 or 3. Like, especially driving through a hurricane and it's flooded that bad to where you can't see nothing on the road. You can't see how high the water is. It's late at night. The street lights is out. It's very windy. It was so fucking windy. Like, you can feel the wind pushing your car. So it was just crazy. I actually got off at 4 o'clock. I had to text my manager around 3:30 a.m. and I was like, hey, it's flooded out over here. Can I go home? He was like, yeah, if it's flooded, go home. So I made my way home around 4 a.m. So did he. He got off at 4 and he started making his way back too, because he was like, fuck that, I'm not gonna stay at work. So we both was driving home in this mess. It took me about 35 minutes to get home. It took him 30 minutes to get home too. We made sure not to hit the freeways because I was watching the news. I actually subscribed to news on YouTube. So everybody was saying how all the freeways is flooded out, and I was commenting on the live channels and everybody was telling me, don't take Highway 59, don't take 610, etc., etc. So kind of told him not to take the freeway. We both was like, yeah, don't take the freeway. And we had a pact where if one of us get flooded out, we gotta go drive to the other one. So we was driving home in this mess, going probably about 25 miles per hour, bruh. And I have never drove in a hurricane before or in a flood before, especially with a low ass sedan. Me and him both have a sedan, so that was just crazy. So coming home at 4 a.m. in the morning, it's dark, it's nighttime, and keep in mind, y'all, it started raining around 7 p.m. So it was already piling up inches of rain. I think me and him drove through at least 3-4 inches. It was so fucking bad. The water was bad, like not just in my area, because I was working in a whole different area than him. He was working by Katy. I was working by Stafford area. If you guys know Houston, you know where that's at. If you don't, it's different parts of Houston that was flooded out really, really bad. Certain parts weren't flooded, some parts were, and it was so bad to where the power was going out. Everybody's power was out for like weeks. I know it was one person whose power was out for a whole entire 3 weeks.